What's going on, YouTube? Or Storm here, coming at you guys with another video. Obviously, the new ban list has dropped, so I'm going to, talk about the ban list and post my thoughts. Because obviously, now, personally, there were a lot of changes more changes than I thought we would see. But this is kind of about what we could expect for this time, considering we are still in the middle of the pandemic. But we did get a pretty decent amount of changes, so we'll just go ahead and get straight into it. So the first card that is banned now is Black Dragon. I think this kind of speaks for itself. It's a little early because obviously Adamanticators themselves haven't had a full event yet, but the card is a little ridiculous in that deck. Like, I think Black Dragon's always been a pretty ridiculous card. It's just Adamanticators broke it wide open. Searching 3 cards for free, being accessible via rank 4, that's pretty dang strong. So Black Dragon being banned is not a surprise to me, but it's something I think that we all knew was going to happen. It's only a matter of time. Both Jet Synchron and Olion are now also on the ban list, so Konami is taking the Whack-A-Tuner approach, as I kind of thought they would. This eliminates, now there are still boatloads and boatloads of tuners that people can play. People can play a Lamia engine. People can play Plague Spreader Zombie. There are other options so it's going to be interesting to see if Needle Fiber is still really a big issue. But I think obviously the one card Needle Fibers and some of the other things with Auroradon are now gone. But people are just going to adapt and move on to something else. But it's good to see them banned. If they're not going to get rid of Needle Fiber, at least get rid of some of the more powerful Joker's still banned. Damn it. I was hoping they'd bring back Joker. And Electromite's still banned as well. RIP. But anyways, so we're moving on to the limited section. And one of my personal favorite choices is Double Iris Magician is back at 1. I did say I was hoping Konami would give Pendulum some love, and they did. It's great to have Double Iris off the list. I'm currently working on a new Pendulum list. I need to do some more testing before I think it's ready, but I am pretty happy to finally have Double Iris off the list. It's been a while. I'm hoping we see, maybe in the future, we see more Pendulum stuff come off the list. Scrolling down, Bardiche is back. So Bardiche, I'm not totally surprised. This is mostly, I think, to push the new Phantom Knight support coming in Phantom Rage in a few months. So I'm surprised they brought it off the list, but it's not entirely completely surprising, because we do know it was going to come off the list. If it was going to come off the list, this would be the time to help push future product. Called by the Grave is limited. This is probably the oddest and, in my opinion, dumbest change in this list. I don't know why they limited Called by the Grave. Honestly, I do not know. Maybe Crossout Designator is coming out and they want you to buy whatever product that is. I don't know, but I just think the card is fine. It wasn't even really seeing main deck play as much because the popular hand traps, Nibiru, Gamma, are all, aren't hit by Called by the Grave. But I understand why it's on the list. It's kind of a generic card, and Konami doesn't like a lot of those generic staples running around because they limit deck building. So I do know why. I understand why it's on the list, but it doesn't make it any less dumb. Harpy's Feather Duster is back. Honestly, I've been an advocate. I don't know why it was banned for so long, to be honest. I don't think this is going to shake up the meta game as much as you think. We still have Lightning Storm. We still have, there's so much back row hate that I don't think Harpy's Feather Duster is even going to be a blip on the radar. It might be a side deck card at best, but when you're looking at the other options you have, why would you play Feather Duster when you have things like Evenly Matched, things like Lightning Storm? There's not really a reason to play Feather Duster that much, in my personal opinion. But it's back if you do want to play it. And then we're scrolling, so that's all the limited cards, so that's all the changes. So we're also seeing some Burning Abyss, both Seer and Graf coming back. I did say that I felt like Konami could probably reason to bring some of the BA stuff back. The deck is really not, even with the new Phantom Knight support, I don't think it's going to break the metagame that much. I think it's fine. And both Dragon Buster and Totally Awesome are also coming up to 2. Honestly, just put them to 3 already. They didn't need to be hit in the first place. Mac Hero is back. Errata. Tour Guide from the Underworld. Again, BA and again Phantom Knight support. Gishki, Ghost Rockin' is back. I know this is involved in some sort of hand loop, but I don't really know if I don't think that's relevant in 2020. Pantheism could have come back a couple lists ago. Honestly, I don't think Monarch's going to. It's nice to have it back. and it's nice to have kind of a somewhat generic draw card, legal at play at 3 again. Anchor coming, I thought this would happen as well. Anchors, Sky Strikers aren't really that super duper relevant, and not surprising. I'm going to be working on a Sky Striker deck profile for you guys as well. So the biggest thing to take away from this list is both Zexal and VF and Calamities are not banned. This is, my opinion, a mistake, because I feel like these cards are going to continue to be a problem as long as you leave them legal. I understand leaving Zexal around a little longer because it helps to sell the Battles of Legends set. But Calamities has just been an issue for a long time, and as long as it's around, and then you're giving us back Rusty, so now Orcus can make Calamities on the opponent's turn for free. It's questionable, I think, to say the least. But as far as what the metagame's looking like, I think Eldritch variants are probably still going to be running around. I think they're going to be good. I'm kind of interested to see what variant kind of pops out. Does the Invoked variant come back? Do we see like an Invoked Dogmatica, possibly? It'll be interesting to see. Adamant Spaders are definitely taking a hit without Block Dragon, and it's going to be interesting to see if the deck can still hang around. But I still think the deck is good enough to be decent with even without Block Dragon. I think it's just going to have to adapt. But I think as far as the other decks, Pendulum decks are going to be better, but I think without Electromite, I just don't think they're going to be able to do anything, even with a copy of Double Iris and Rusty, which is also a tool for that deck. Orcus got a lot better, I think, by getting Rusty back. Now you can potentially end on Double Fog Blade on top of a Dingers to negate. Orcus really weren't doing a whole lot right now, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal, but I also think the Calamities play is dumb and really shouldn't exist. But anyways, about comes the end of this ban list discussion. Do you like this list? Do you not? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. It's Warstorm signing out.